All right, this is how the magic starts. This is how the magic happens. This is how I say a phrase I don't know what it means. Welcome to the greatest podcast for elite losers. It's been 10 days. It's been 10 days because I've been living my life and we don't monetize this shit. So we do it when we want to do it. And let me tell you something. Back from Fort Lauderdale, drinking out of a straw some green substance. I have to move my chair's squeaking. You probably can't hear it because of our low production value, or you can hear it because of our very low production value and we don't have a mic that hides the sounds. But we are going to have a podcast studio once we can grow the numbers to over 100 per episode. But we are back from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We did 4 shows over the weekend, stayed an extra night for no reason. No reason at all. But it was a great weekend. Love Fort Lauderdale. Love Dania Beach. We did also Miami. And shout out to P0rn, fan of the pod. See her in the comments. Came by to one of the shows. I think it was Saturday night, late night. It was a great show. It was like unbelievable. That's what I think. She might say it was the worst show. But during the time in Florida, in Miami, was Exotica, which, if you don't know, it's like similar to AVN's, but kind of the minor leagues of it. It wasn't mind-blowing. It was good. Lisa Ann was there, Stormy Daniels, a bunch of other whores who I don't know. But hey, it was a great time. It was in a convention center. It's just a weird vibe when you're walking around like, dude, a week ago, there was a technology conference here. Now there's fucking chicks with their tits out. The world is amazing. I bet the tech nerds were like, man, I wish this fell on the same weekend as Exotica. But it was fine. It was good. It wasn't anything crazy. Like I thought, I think the AVNs, that's the Oscars, the Oscars that matter, the Oscars for the P0rn, the AVNs happen in Vegas in January. And I think it's such a big event. And there's so much money involved, and every big name goes, that I had this expectation that this was going to be like a mind-blowing experience. It was great. If I was like, I have an opportunity again to do it next week, I'm there. So I don't want to be so cavalier. The second time I've used it today, third time I've used it in my life. I don't want to sound so cavalier, 3-4. Saying like, it was nothing. It was still quite incredible. I walked the floor multiple times. But we stayed for the Sunday, and everyone starts going home. I didn't know the biggest night's the Friday night because that's when ladies get in for free. And then Saturday was great. But again, we went at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and there's these after parties happening at the biggest strip clubs, which I heard is the epic event, but we had shows. But that's the play, is basically to go to these strip clubs afterwards. But, at the end of the day, I'm doing this for comedy. I'm not doing this to get my dick wet. But it is so interesting to see all the amateur photographers that all look the same. They're all like hefty dudes. They've got the big boilers, no muscle, no whatever. They all own a camera. They all own a professional Sony or... I forget what the other brand is. I know Sony's one, but they all have one, and it just sits on the top of their gut, and they're just like, how do you get hard? I'm thinking about that. How do you even get hard? Your gut's so big. If I eat too much pizza in one day, I can't get hard the next day. Too many wings, fries, cake. There's no erections the next day, and I assume there's a lot of beer drinking going on, a lot of snacks going on. I don't know how they get hard, but maybe they're like, I was walking around looking at these creeps. I'm a creep. I know that. But do they know, I don't even know if they realize, there was a dude who, short dude, big nose like me, greaseball, out of a movie. This guy's out of a movie with this shiny sports coat, the pants, just as he walked, I heard noises of rats. It sounded like rats. That's what he said. That's how he looked like a human rat. that he had some rat in his DNA. It's like, yeah, this is what I expected to be here, but a character out of a movie. It was insane. And then some chick. Oh, this was when I first got there. One of the lowest levels of adult entertainers, because she was talking to me. She's like, can I hug you? I'm like, of course you can hug anyone who can touch me that's half naked, if you're hot. And she was like a 6, but hot enough. And she started kissing my neck. I'm like, dude, I haven't busted a nut in 2 days, which is a long time for a man. I'm like, you can't do this right now. I'm extremely hard, right out in the open. And there is a moment where you're like, look at this 43-year-old walking around with a hard on because he's too much, there's just, what's stimulation of all these naked people, these hot couples, and you're like, yeah, but it's also, she's just kissing my neck, so I also don't care. But it was a good time. Shows were great too. The shows, Fort Lauderdale, that comedy club is unbelievable. Just a cool area. The only thing that sucked is I pick out hotels. I share a hotel with another opener, so it cuts down the cost. We pick out the hotel. I send them the hotel I want. Like when I go to a hotel, I like a tub. I don't need a tub, but I like a tub so I can go to the ice machine and take the cold plunge. Do a cold plunge in the tub. You know, it's a hotel bathroom, free ice, free plunge. And then I also like a good gym. So I send the link to the guy hosting the show. He has to pay for it because a lot of us don't have credit cards because we're elite losers. He gets another hotel, doesn't tell me, and I'm like, dude, what did you do? Like he overrided the decision and he's retarded. So he gets a hotel with a standing shower. The hotel sucks. It's in it's on a highway, shit area, and so we have to be there for 3 days. And we couldn't cancel it and get the good hotel. You know, if you're gonna be somewhere for 3 days in a hotel, you want it something like you can walk to places, you can go get a coffee. Nothing around, just crazy homeless people in Fort Lauderdale. But other than that, all that matters. Show's great, food's phenomenal. Food was phenomenal, and then porn convention, big. You know, not everything can be a home run, but those 3 things were definite home runs. I recommend gonna go to Exotica in New Jersey in October. It's just worth it for the day. But we stayed the extra day thinking we'd get more stuff, and we went to the convention. It was like a big waste of time. Although I did eat amazing food at a Miami brunch spot. There's these places that are now like Instagram restaurants. It was I guess Mexican, Cuban, inspired, but they also did like the brunch version of it. So you would get, I posted on Instagram, you get these like yuca fries with plantains, with a side of carne asada. You pick the meat, and it was like built up. It was amazing with the fried egg on top. You crack the egg, and it spills over, and then you get these pancakes, and the pancakes were literally 6-stack high. They have like a layer of dulce de leche, I don't know, whatever you call it. Chocolate chips. I'm salivating. I could only eat like 10% of it. And then I'm like, I'm not taking this home. And then an hour later, we leave to go to the porn convention. Not a great idea to eat 6-stack of pancakes before porn convention. So that's why I only had 10%. I'm like, I'm not walking around a porn convention with pancakes, which is like, it's bad enough that you got hands full of lubes and pocket pussies, but I'm not walking around with pancakes. But an hour later, as I'm walking around, I'm like, I should have brought the fucking pancakes. Such an idiot. It's a $100 meal for 2 items. And we had the coffees. This is how much I'm like shaking right now. I haven't eaten yet. And I'm thinking about, I never get cappuccinos. I'm a huge coffee fan. But he said, it come with whipped cream and cinnamon. I'm like, okay, let's do this. And that coffee was outstanding. Unnecessary with the meal. I was so full by the end. I was like, let's get out of here. And then literally everyone was like leaving the porn convention as we showed up. So it was like kind of a waste of a day. You don't do nothing. Just eat. Just ate all day. Had more food at night. chocolate bars. We bought 7 bags of potato chips and just had like this potato chip fest. But it was a great day, a great weekend. And again, thanks for coming out, Lauren. And thanks for everyone who's supporting this channel. I feel like I've just rambled incoherently. But I just want to update everyone. Thank you again for coming out. This is the greatest podcast for elite losers.